Because it was our first time up there, it just put me off.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're looking at hilarious TV moments so horrific you just couldn't look away.
But you can't be abusive, aggressive.
He said sorry.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Number 20. La Para de Buriana, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Kebabs grilled, poached, and left sitting in the heat. They're hardly fresh off the barbecue.
Gordon headed down to Spain to talk to British chef Lawrence Davey, who wanted to bring some quality food to the Brits abroad on the Costa del Sol. La Para was even more disastrous than most episodes of Kitchen Nightmares though, with one of the most bizarre menus we've ever seen.
Let's hope Lawrence's signature dish of prawns in chocolate sauce gives me the flavour of the med.
Cool, dear. I mean, it's worse than chocolate sauce.
Lawrence's signature dish was prawns in chocolate sauce, which Gordon thinks is revolting. But worse than the food was the hygiene. At one point, Gordon even sees dog poo just left on the outdoor dining floor.
That's not good enough. Are you happy with that?
No, I'm not happy.
No.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's the third time I've seen it.
But it all got even worse when the restaurant was broken into and thousands of euros were taken, all because cash was left there overnight in a filing cabinet.
It's not so much a safe, but a cash tin in a filing cabinet.
Been jimmied here and down the side.
Number 19. The Bullstone Hotel, The Hotel Inspector.
We want to give them an experience that they will remember for the rest of their lives.
Much like Gordon Ramsay helps struggling restaurants, Alex Polizzi tries to help struggling hoteliers, coming up against the most obstinate business owners in the country.
God. That colour. Honestly, it's so ugly.
And no, we know what you're thinking. That's not Brian Potter from Phoenix Nights running a kids' hotel. He's called Kevin, and he does absolutely nothing to contribute to running the place, leaving it all up to his long-suffering wife, Judith.
We have a restaurant which we want to improve on, and we want to build on.
Sweetheart, in which case, what's the point of having invited Alex to come?
Alex could barely even convince Kevin to speak to the guests while she was there, and was forced to step in herself to help serve dinner. Kevin was too stubborn for Alex or even poor Judith to get through to him.
Kevin, no!
I'm not been described as a budget hotel. I'm not having people
Kevin,
half and half
stop it! Just stop it! I think it'd be better if everybody went.
Number 18. Lee, Come Dine With Me.
This course now is about an hour and 15 minutes late, but they won't care. They'll be all right. It's not going to be fancy, done up in any fancy old way.
He hosted possibly the worst dinner party in Come Dine With Me history, which is certainly saying something. He got a historically low score after leaving guests hungry for hours in the front room of his flat, not bothering to do any prep during the day. When it was gone 9 o'clock, he served up some mash with a side helping of stuff from the floor after he dropped a bit and chucked it back on.
The mashed potato actually makes me feel a bit sick.
That's the tarragon.
I don't like the taste. I look forward to the dessert.
Trust me, done.
And that was after he'd already thrown things out the window and insulted them all, apparently still believing he had a chance of getting the money. No wonder he took home a score of 7 points out of 30.
I won't be keeping in touch with anyone after this.
Well, yeah.
I feel like I've offended you all.
Number 17, The Dog Trainer from Hell, The One Show.
Last night, our brand new one-show dogman, Jordan, met Roxy, the troublesome rapscallion of a Jack Russell.
In 2011, The One Show wanted to introduce a new dog training segment with an in-house dog expert, Jordan Shelley. Except the public at home didn't like the technique he used to deal with Roxy, which was viewed as aggressive and even violent when he stamped on her paws.
Just move.
It did reduce her food aggression, but at what cost? The pre-recorded segment unfolded slowly, and at the end, even Alex Jones in the studio was shaken, questioning Shelley about his techniques. He was immediately dropped after public outcry, including from animal welfare charities, with his dog training boot camp totally abandoned.
Some people out there might argue that some of your techniques might have been a little aggressive. What would you say to those people?
Well, I agree with all different techniques of dog training.
Number 16, Harold Wilson, Friday night, Saturday morning.
let me introduce the lady described by Jim Callaghan as the sexiest thing on television.
Who would have thought that former Prime Minister Harold Wilson was a dab hand at TV presenting? Well, actually, nobody thought that, because he wasn't. He was extremely out of his depth in the 2 episodes of Friday Night, Saturday Morning he was trusted to host, conducting a tone-deaf interview with Pat Phoenix from Coronation Street.
Who is the sexiest man on TV?
Oh, you mean next to you?
Well, I wasn't.
Terry Wogan, Barry Manilow, and you again.
Putting in a good showing when you're being interviewed, or indeed in the House of Commons, doesn't translate to fronting a primetime chat show, unfortunately. In hindsight, it's been suggested that Wilson could have already been suffering the symptoms of the dementia he'd grapple with for the rest of his life, which is all the more reason to not make him host a talk show.
In my youth, I did play Shakespeare, Desdemona, and things like that, but now I'm a bit past it now, I think.
Now, tell me...
Say no.
Number 15, it's a royal knockout, the Grand Knockout Tournament.
How do you account for this apparent ringing of your team?
No, not at all. No ringing at all. No, it was just the way the cookie crumbled.
Just because something is done for charity doesn't mean audiences are going to enjoy it. In the 1980s, Prince Edward, only 23, had the idea to utilize the young royals for a star-studded version of It's a Knockout.
What are your tactics?
Oh, very cool, calm, collected.
But while people may have enjoyed the royals getting walloped, it turned out that they were simply the team captains, leaving celebrities to actually play the games. The public didn't like it, and nor did the assorted press, believing the team leaders, Edward himself, then Prince Andrew, Sarah Ferguson, and Princess Anne, largely came off bad.
I only hope that you've enjoyed yourselves. Have you? Well, thanks for sounding so bloody enthusiastic.
Only Princess Anne came through it without humiliating herself, with Edward throwing an infamous tantrum in the press tent afterwards.
Have you been watching it? Yes. Yeah. What did you think of it? Thanks.
I thought it was great.
Number 14, Embers, 65th Eurovision Song Contest.
Sometimes I know my fire burns low, but as long as you're with me, I'll never get cold.
It was thought that after Gemini in 2003, the UK wasn't going to get nil points at Eurovision again. But that was wishful thinking, as our 2021 entry went down like a lead balloon.
So take my hand and forget the past. We're in this together, there's no looking back.
A mere month after the final COVID lockdown had been lifted, the UK put forward James Newman and this triumphant anthem about how we'd all made it out alright.
Out of the embers, you and I gonna light up the room.
Flanked by 2 enormous trumpets, it was forgettable at best, but irritating at worst, since the public mood wasn't exactly celebratory, even if the lockdowns had just ended. Particularly not when many of the countries competing in Eurovision had some of the worst COVID death rates.
Yes!
Number 13, David Icke, Wogan.
The world is not necessarily going to end, but the Earth is going to go through a series of geological changes that are necessary to make sure it doesn't end.
This was the beginning of the end for David Icke's public credibility when he appeared on Wogan to plead his case that he was the Son of God. For 15 minutes, Icke was given a platform to talk about his views while the audience laughed at him, getting more and more humiliated, which didn't exactly convince him he was wrong.
Let me get this story right. The press claim that you claim to be the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yes, you see, the thing is that it's quite funny, really.
It's even harder to watch now, knowing just how far he'd go off the deep end, to the extent that he now parrots anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and argues that Holocaust denialism should be taught in schools. As he wrote in the 1990s, he thinks that teaching kids about the horrors of the Second World War is indoctrination.
When we think, we create an energy field. This is how telepathy works. An energy field leaves one being and other beings can tune into it and read that thought.
Number 12, Nadine Dorries, BBC Breakfast.
Have you spoken to the Prime Minister recently in the last 24 hours?
Why? Why are you asking me that question?
In strange scenes, Nadine Dorries rocked up on BBC Breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning one day in February 2022 to talk about the Prime Minister, still Boris Johnson.
I'd like to know.
We've communicated.
Charlie Stay isn't usually known for tripping up politicians with difficult questions, but Doris found herself utterly unable to answer a question as simple as whether she'd talked to Boris recently.
What has he communicated to you?
Well, I'm not going to tell you the extent of my communications with the Prime Minister.
It's enough to make you wonder whether she's ever had media training, but surely she must have done, since she was Culture Secretary at the time and had already done a stint on I'm a Celeb years previously. It was a huge disaster for her, coming in the midst of the Partygate scandal.
I'd say his mood was very, very positive, extremely positive.
Number 11, Mickey Rourke, The Graham Norton Show.
Welcome. Very nice of you to be on the show. Thank you very much. That didn't take long, did it?
In this older Graham Norton interview, he was joined by Mickey Rourke and Jessica Biel, with Rourke immediately making Biel uncomfortable. He started by invading her personal space, then made some jokes about caning her with the gift he brought on for Graham.
Well, maybe later, the cane. But not for you.
Oh.
Graham, thankfully, was in Biel's corner and continually diffused the situation whenever Rourke started bothering her. He kept touching her, and when he didn't get her attention for long, resorted to negging her.
There's a weird connection between the two of you.
No, there's a very good connection. It's just, she doesn't know it yet.
He clearly thought he was being charming, but even in 2008, this made for difficult viewing. Again, it's a relief Graham Norton was there, able to push back against Rourke when Biel couldn't.
I just did a movie, but we haven't finished it yet, where I get a nail in my head.
Well, I would just, you're really not that good looking. I would just take you back to the pound.
Number 10, Michael Barrymore, Come Dine With Me.
Do you call for lamb? 25 years in the business, married a girl.
God, don't do that to me. You frighten me to death.
Now most famous for having millions of followers on TikTok who have no idea who he actually is. Yes, really. Michael Barrymore's previous attempt to regain relevance came when he appeared on Celebrity Come Dine With Me.
No, don't touch Michael.
That's done.
Michael, put my potatoes back in the saucepan.
It was an edition dedicated to game show hosts, but Barrymore was possibly the most well-known thanks to his fame and years of legal issues. While on the program, however, Barrymore behaved like a child, invading Anthea Redfern's kitchen, messing with her food, and even breaking some plates.
See that? That was the lamb. This is the Greek part. That's the Greek bit.
Okay.
But funnily enough, when it was his turn to host, the shenanigans mysteriously stopped. Never before or since have we seen someone interfere in another kitchen on Come Dine With Me.
Anthea?
No, you're sabotaging.
That's not the whole time.
You obviously are very, very lacking in confidence to sabotage my dinner.
Number 9, Virtual Pop Stars, The Apprentice.
We're in the wrong industry, guys. We are in the wrong industry.
In truth, every episode of The Apprentice is one big car crash, so it's difficult to narrow it down. But we think that nothing provides second-hand embarrassment like the 2025 series episode about virtual pop stars.
Let's get down to business.
No way.
Give you one more night to get this.
Beginning with a deeply awkward performance from CGI Lord Sugar, with Karen and Tim forced to stand there and just put up with it. It didn't get any better the longer it went on.
My heart beats for success. Look at me in this dress. I feel strong in my own skin. It's time to begin.
With the competition coming down to Bammy and Fred and Nads, it was a total shambles, with neither team deserving to win. Then again, when did they ever? Somehow Bammy scraped a victory, all because of the squeaky voice on the other team's track.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, not good enough. Get that one up here from the bottom straight to the top. I like sweet, like sugar.
Number 8. Thomas Skinner, Strictly Come Dancing. A lot of people didn't think Skinner should have been allowed on Strictly in the first place, but in fairness, it's not like there's a time in between all the dancing to start talking about politics. He hardly even had time to say bosh. Instead, we're talking about the disastrous quality of the dancing during his very brief stint with Amy Dowden.
Some people pay for thrills, but I get mine for free. And I'm just living my life, there's nothing crazy about me.
He was voted off first and only got to perform 2 dances, a paso doble and a salsa. Easily one of the worst and strangest dancers the show's ever seen, and that's including Anne Widdecombe. And performing a salsa to Bonkers by Dizzy Rascal is certainly a choice. Bonkers. Number 7. The Bee Gees. Clive Anderson, All Talk.
Before we became the Bee Gees, we were late tossers.
Yes.
Which we thought was...
You'll always be late tossers to me, but I don't know.
That's why we're here. And that's why you had us on the show.
He's mostly known for doing the rounds on panel shows these days, but once, Clive Anderson fronted his own chat show, where all he did was mock the people who came on. Not all of them grinned and bore it though, notably the Bee Gees, who got sick to death of him. Rather than wanting to have an insightful or even interesting conversation about their music and careers, he just made dig after dig, and they wouldn't put up with it.
Of course, we're getting on like a storm, aren't we, Clive?
Yes.
In fact, I might just leave.
Yeah. Oh, I've never had anyone walk out before, but...
we are a tosser, pal.
They got up and walked out, abandoning Anderson with a full studio but no guests. On the way out, they shouted that they'd been set up to look silly, which they had, in fairness, because that was how the whole show worked.
Oh, well, I guess I'd better join them. well, you can stay and just... Well, I'd love to, but I don't do impressions. Yes.
Number 6. Russell Brand's Bible. Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Was that the one you took into court?
Yeah, the very one.
Okay. What was your thinking of taking it into court? And what you were seeing, looking at some passages, what were the relevant passages for you?
For almost 2 hours, he talked to Piers Morgan about his legal issues and incoming bid to run for Mayor of London in 2028, which he intends to do on an entirely anti-ULEZ platform, just like Lawrence Fox before him.
It was this from Isaiah.
But there was one particular moment that went viral. Brand trying and failing to find a Bible passage for a full 2 minutes of precious airtime.
It's this. They don't like that, do they, in the old gallery?
Morgan, to his credit, sat there in silence while Brand dug his own grave.
It says here,
to think, he went to all that effort to get baptized by Bear Grylls, only to ruin his born-again Christian image by not being able to find a line in the Bible. If only they were all conveniently numbered.
I can't actually find the verse that I had that day, but this is good enough.
Number 5. Preston storms off. Never mind the Buzzcocks. In this famously embarrassing moment, Preston from the Ordinary Boys couldn't take the heat on Never Mind the Buzzcocks.
The photo shoot was for the Daily Mail, which made me feel really posh and upmarket.
Oh, you I'll see you later. I can't
What?
Sorry.
Oh, no, Preston, come on.
I'm seriously going home.
The BBC's long-running music panel show was infamously difficult, with the musicians often outwitted by the numerous professional comedians. When Amstel started reading excerpts from Chantal Houghton's autobiography, Preston's then-wife, Preston lost his patience, walking out.
I guess he thought he's been voted out.
It was mostly a car crash for Preston's reputation though, since the show emerged victorious after Bill Bailey found a Preston lookalike in the studio audience.
Look a bit surly, and every time he goes there, it's out of order. So...
Preston later said that walking off was a point of pride because Houghton was also in the audience at the time and he wanted to stick up for her.
Didn't even finish the quote from the book.
It's out of order.
Number 4, Peter Marsh, Come Dine With Me.
I'm a bit naughty, I'm a bit cheeky, I give as good as I get. I generally do like to chip in and try and offend and shock as much as I can.
Another Come Dine With Me outburst, Peter Marsh certainly wasn't as rude as Lee, but he has become even more infamous after this speech. He accused fellow contestant Jane Smith of sabotaging his night, which, to be fair, she had, and then kicked the lot of them out of his house.
The way that you've presented yourself, you have led us to believe that you are quite a sort of pompous human being. Sorry.
I don't think I am in any way pompous.
He wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but neither was Jane, who decided it was her God-given duty to tell people the truth about who they were.
Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane.
We all know someone who is so chronically honest that they've lost all their friends. So waiting for some comeuppance to arrive made for one of the most gripping dinner parties in Come Dine With Me history.
You ruined my night completely so you could have the money, but I hope now you spend it on getting some lessons in grace and decorum, because you have all the grace of a reversing dump truck without any tyres on.
Number 3, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Newsnights.
Why have you decided to talk now?
Because there is no good time.
Unfortunately, the BBC doesn't like us showing you the ex-Prince Andrew's career-ending Newsnight interview, so we'll have to settle for Netflix's version instead. Although it speaks volumes that an hour of Newsnight was deemed so watchable that it's been dramatized twice.
How did you first become friends? How did you meet?
Well, I met through his girlfriend.
Emily Maitlis could not believe the scoop that landed in her lap, with Andrew sitting down to chat about his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein in an interview so catastrophic that it ultimately got him ejected from the royal family and removed as a prince.
No, it was a shooting weekend.
A shooting weekend?
Yes, just a straightforward shooting weekend.
The royals hadn't bothered to do that since Prince Charles Edward, a grandson of Queen Victoria, lost his titles after fighting for the Germans in World War I.
And I had taken Beatrice to a Pizza Express in Woking for a party. I think...
Number 2, Jimmy Bullard versus Adam Thomas, I'm a Celebrity, South Africa.
But what is it abusive, aggressive and intimidating? What happened? What do you think?
But I was there. I didn't think it was intimidating.
You didn't?
No, I was there.
Wow.
I was there, Jim.
Wow.
I'm on your side here. I was there.
6 months after I'm a Celeb's latest All-Stars edition was filmed, the contestants reunited for a live televised final in the UK, and they had a lot of bad blood. Jimmy Bullard's spectacular departure mid-trial, during which Adam Thomas was nearly sent home too, until guilty producers intervened, was back on the agenda, with Bullard arguing with everybody about what happened.
Was it abusive and aggressive?
No.
Was it abusive and... You wasn't there. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. You wasn't there.
See, this man was...
It doesn't matter.
His point was that Adam was aggressive, which a few people, notably Harry Redknapp, agreed with. But if this was supposed to make Bullard look like the calm one, it backfired.
Show it!
Calm down.
Show it!
Well done, Sunita.
It's terrible! Show it! It's your show!
He and David Hay ganged up on the others, to the extent that Sunita and Gemma Collins both walked off. It was all hugely embarrassing for ITV.
Scarlett, talk some sense into this lot, can you? And then we'll wrap this up.
Number 1, the truth about dogging. Dogging tales. The very definition of TV you can't look away from, dogging tales became a nationwide water cooler moment in 2013.
I was having sex in the car, and next thing I know, there was like half a dozen blokes standing around the car.
With a documentary crew filming a group of anonymous doggers, the lid was lifted on this hidden part of British culture. The subjects were all put in animal masks to hide their identities, though we're sure that if you knew any of these people in real life, you'd have recognized them and asked about why they go dogging.
So what are you doing here?
I'm now parking up for the night and going to go dogging.
And you drive a lorry as a living?
Yeah.
They chat to a lorry driver who says that 70% of lorry drivers in the UK are also regular doggers, as well as speaking to many other people who indulge. Suffice it to say, we can't show you most of the clips from this programme.
What's got you into dogging?
Just to try something different.
Yeah, just try something different.
Let us know in the comments which moments you want to see on the top 30.